Hello there, my name is Marcus and welcome to another Tabletop Reviews where I have a new table and it's a little bit not even here. There we go. We'll see if the camera angle works. Anyways, today I'm bringing you Team Night Germany and a fun little story here. So the two videos here, I don't know if this is going to be uploaded second or first, but let's just say that also Team Night Northern Lights is one of my recent videos, right? The one after this one, the one before this one. Basically, I recorded the top portion of Team Night Northern Lights. I usually record the intro and then have a little sec pause and then record the afterthoughts stuff. And then later on I'll do the table stuff where you see it on the table. And I then recorded the me part of Team Night Northern Lights and the table part of Team Night Germany. And then in between I got a new table. So now I'm doing the me part of Team Night Germany, and after this the Team Night Northern Lights on the table part, so that I actually have two complete videos rather than two half videos. But it's also been multiple weeks since my last upload, so it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Anyways, Team Night Germany. Let's get into the table, see how it's set up, how it's played. Alright, so here's the game already set up. Just talk about the difference that there are. So first of all, you have passengers on the board here. Now the rulebook shows on the first page exactly the distribution. Some places have 4, some places have 3. Most of them have 1 passenger. So this is how it's going to look, just randomly distributed. You start off with 4 train cards, and the big difference is that you choose. So you have a blue background with the shorter routes and the orange background with which is the longer routes. And to start off with, you draw up 4 cards where you have to choose at least 2 to keep, and you get to choose how you do it. Now the rulebook shows that you take 2 small and 2 long, but you could go for 4 long, 4 small, whatever. And then you just, compare. This looks to have been a decent draw, but whatever. But I think that's interesting that you get to choose. You also do that when you draw cards later on in the game. You choose which pile you draw from. That's a decent change to it. So these passengers down here, it's whenever you play down 4 routes. It's just well, I start off with 4 white ones. Which route can we choose? Well, if I take this one, we have 5 white ones, so let's do that route. It has to be realistic, Okay, so now I automatically get the green one here because it's the only one here, and I get to choose between the ones that are right here. And let's just say I went for the yellow one because whatever. And you do that every time you connect to routes. This one that's out here in the middle of it by itself belongs to either of these ways into Austria. So whoever claims a route into that first gets that one. Then at the end, well, it would be nice if I could remember how many points there are. Well, let me just check here. It's like the one with the most gets some points and the one with the second most gets some points. But I think it's... I have to tell you how many. 20 points for the most, 10 points for the second most. Now if they're tied for the most, this is the one that they both score 20 points, but no one scores for the second most. There's tied for the second most, both score 10 points. That's how it is. And the bonus score for this one is 15 points for the one who completes the most tickets. That's whatever is different in Team Night Germany. Not too much. But enough to make it a little bit more interesting. So let's get back up to the table. And that's the pause for you, so now I'm ready to do the talking about it part. Let's talk about the quick game, please. First of all, of course, it's Team Night. I love Team Night, drawing of the cards. I love in this one, you get to choose, right? In Team Night Europe, as far as I actually know and what we always play with, you get 2 long routes to start with, and that's it, that you have access to long routes. In this one you can decide if you want to go for more routes or if you want to go for maybe some longer routes for more points. It's a very interesting thing, and you can mix and match in the 4 that you draw as you want. Definitely an interesting little twist on the drawing of route cards there. The passengers didn't quite work as I expected, but that's because I was told this was like a version of Markland but this is different from Markland, it's its own game very much. So I guess my expectation there died off a little bit, but it's fine. It is a set collection with the passengers. There's of course a large bit of luck towards, you know, do I get the routes that match the same colored passengers, but you can usually get sort of around that. Definitely with these set collection ones, it is better at higher player counts. We played this at 2 players, and it's just all of a sudden you realize, oh, you have 5 or 6 reds. I'm never gonna get that, you know. But now I have 5 or 6 whites, so yes, it becomes a less interesting one. Whereas if there's more players, you can go, okay, I got 3 whites and there's these many left, so maybe I have the most, maybe I don't have the most. It's difficult. So it becomes more of a balance in what you want to go for. Whilst in a 2-player game, it's very easily to say, well, there's no point in me go this way, I should go this way to get the yellow more instead of the green ones. It's a little bit different there, but still a very good game. I love when there is this set collection involved, where you have to go around. It's always interesting in the Ticket Rides that have the set collection. One that springs to mind, of course, Pennsylvania, which is one of my absolute favorite maps of Ticket Ride. And then you have this with the picking up the tickets that is also very different and super interesting. So it is actually a really good box of Ticket Ride. That's the gameplay that's different from regular Ticket Rides. Of course the map is lovely and you go into Denmark a little bit, which I always love. I'm Danish and that's something that means something to me. So when talking about components, what you have in here, besides the regular tickets and the cards that are always good quality, you have the bag, a little cloth bag with the passengers in it. The bag is fine, and it feels good. Like compared to the bags that were in Sudoredo, for example, this actually feels like a good quality little bag, which is a lot to make up of something that is involved in setup only, which I pretty much like. The passengers are nice. There's a little bit of difference in them. Some have dresses, some have high hats. There's a little bit of difference, but mostly within colors. So I think that's a nice touch to make them different, but also make them distinct for people maybe with what's that? Color blindness. So that's a nice little touch for these components that make Ticket Ride Germany different. Very nice. It's a pretty large map actually, like taking up a lot of space on the table, and I'm worried about this small little table here. It's smaller than my last table, so just not too much mess on it. Anyways, that's the components different. Now theme. You know, is there a reason that Germany is the one that got the passengers? If you look at the history of Ticket Ride, then obviously Markland is, I believe it's a train company in Germany, which of course transports around passengers, so it makes sense that the Markland map had the passengers in it. And then you look at the history, and this is Germany, Ticket Ride Markland was set in Germany, so of course it makes sense that the Germany map has the passengers. But if you just look at this as a train game, why is it that Germany has the passengers? Well, because that's why. So as always, it is not the most thematic game ever, and I think Ticket Ride has always to me been the proof that whilst thematic games are amazing, they are not a given to be great. So yeah. So does it lie to you? What does it say? It's usually on the back here. Where is it? Where's it? Here. 2 to 5 players, of course, 8 and up, 30 to 60 minutes. Now the reason I always check is because it's sometimes a little bit different. 2 to 5 players. I've talked about this one. I probably prefer this one at a little higher player count due to the set collection aspect of it. That's always better at more players, so I think 3 to 4 is probably where it's really good. I don't know, 5-player Ticket Ride, it's falling behind for me. It's falling out of favor for me. You know, it's something where I'm not too crazy about it anymore. 5-player Ticket Ride, it's a lot of players for Ticket Ride. So 3-4 players is probably, this one is absolutely brilliant, but it can as always be played at 2 or 5. It can easily be played there and is amongst the best games at those player counts. 8 and up, it's okay. Like if you can play regular Ticket Ride, this just adds this set collection aspect, of course choosing the tickets, but you can sort of get around that a little bit by saying 2-2, for example, if you have younger players in. So yeah, 8 and up, I can actually test this in a little bit. Well, I say January I can test this because my cousin will be 8 by then. Then I can test it. He cannot play this game, he does not have the patience. Anyways, so, you know, it always depends, but I always think it's very low. I mean, the people that I know that are below 10, right, 10 and younger, I can't see them playing these kinds of games, but maybe people out there know different 10-year-olds than I do. 30 to 60 minutes again, very accurate. Like if you play with people who know Ticket to Ride, this setup takes a little bit longer, mostly because you have to place the right passengers in the right cities, right, and you have to constantly check that. At least I have to constantly check that to see like, okay, this is 3, this is 4, and then 1 on the rest, and then so it takes a little bit longer that way to set it up. So if you want a quicker game, I would say take something that doesn't take as long to set up, right? But that would be the only thing that I have down against it. 30 is as always. If you know how to play Ticket to Ride, this doesn't take that much longer. There's just a little bit added again when you count up, because you have to be like, I have 4 white, you have 3, and you have 3 as well, so I win, yay. Oh, and the gameplay actually. The passengers I feel like give a lot of points. 20 and 10 points, that's a lot of points. That I just wanted to add that. I think it's a lot of points, but it also makes it worthwhile, definitely. It makes you so that is a competition you want to win. Just add that in. Wanted to add that in. So yeah. So setup and counting points is going to take a little bit longer than normal, but the gameplay is going to be just regular gameplay of Ticket to Ride. So it's accurate. 30 to 60 minutes, honestly. By now, you're playing with the wrong people if you can't play Ticket to Ride in an hour. Or you're playing with new people, of course. I shouldn't judge. So, my final score for this one. Well, I've said that my basic score for Ticket to Ride is a 9 out of 10. Does this one increase above that or go below that? Well, no, it stays at a 9 out of 10. I think the addition of the tickets that you choose if you want longer short routes is a brilliant addition. The passengers is a nice set collection thing. But what brings it down is the fact that it takes away from the player count, right? At 2 players, at 5 players, especially with set collection, it is not quite as fun. That's what's going to put it back down to 9. The elements itself puts it up to 10, but that thing of the player count drags down to 9 for me. But 9 is still very high, 9 out of 10. I think it's probably my favorite Ticket to Ride box that is rated a 9 out of 10. Right, like it goes in right behind the ones that are rated 10 out of 10. But that I will wait for my complete ranking of all the Ticket to Rides. And for now, yes, I am keeping it. It is staying in my collection. All the Ticket to Rides are. So this is this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I've just decided that the next video will be Northern Lights, so you get this story beforehand. Oh, actually, you can leave now. This is just a bit extra. This is the first time I have experienced receiving a game which was incomplete. There's supposed to be 10 of every color of passengers, but there was only 5 red passengers. This is the first time I've experienced this. I contacted the seller, told him, and he said, cool, we'll send you out some replacement parts for it. Would you mind taking some pictures? Because he obviously needs to contact his supplier and stuff. So it went very smoothly, and the shop that I use is Snudvels here in Denmark. I don't think they ship to anywhere else. But super efficient, very nice store, and they fixed the problem. And I hope that they, of course, get something back for having a failed product. It's something that happens. I've just not really experienced before now, so that is a nice little touch. Anyways, bye!